night, every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way.
Call me in 3 minutes.
Every day and night, every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stuff on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah. Cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Forever, my lady, like Jody said. You see your body keep controlling me, and I'm trying to get it popping like it's ecstasy. But your body should stay close to me. We gon' get it poppin', we gon' get it poppin' and soaking wet, fuck around. Got your girls, man, they all upset. Where you at? Where you at? Where you been spending time? Got a man, I always hit you up, but you not around. I see you not a man, I'll hit you up on the phone, I'm head down to pick you up, baby girl, when you all alone. I wanna call you up, but I can't do that shit. Come over here, baby, you the one I'm rolling with. You the one I'm fooling with. I spend the hours, 1,000 flowers, and tuna fish. Baby girl, you the only one that I'm dealing with. I swear to God, the MC Hammer cut you too legit. And didn't know that you my mama, Mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. And didn't know that you my mama, Mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. Baby girl, I got plans for you. Better yet, I made plans for two. Take your time, let me admire you. And baby girl, we get it poppin' like we supposed to do. We can stop from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we done, we should raise. You can jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that is ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stuff on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah, cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way.
Chair, I've been waiting too long for the car business under the Hudson.
Wow, you get wow. You hear about the app in Liberia called Minida right here?
Minida, where Minida got to do anything?
Minida is a ride-sharing app in Liberia that making transportation so easy. You can download the Minida app on your phone and be able to request bike, taxi, keke, big bus, small bus all around Liberia. And the good thing about it, every time you open Minida app, Minida will always provide you your pickup address. All you have to enter is your destination address. Destination address simply means where you are going.
So I need internet service?
Yeah, you get. Of course, you need internet service. You have to be able to use your internet service and download Google Maps first. Secondly, you have to go into your phone settings and turn on your location. And then you download Minida app and begin to request ride all across Liberia. We're all fighting for a car and we're all spending long time on the road.
So how do I connect to drivers?
You get it very easy. The drivers will also sign up and follow the same instruction I'm telling you now. They would be able to turn on the location in the phone settings and download Google Maps and download Minida driver app. And then the moment you make a request, the driver will be able to receive your ride request. And another good thing is Your family members and your friends from all around the world can be able to request ride for you in Liberia. You get.
So how do I pay?
You get. All you can pay with is your bank card, and you can pay with Lone Star or Orange Mobile Money.
Is that easy?
Yeah, that's how easy it is. You get.
So me now that transportation made easy. Oh, thank you, my brother. Let me go download my app, yeah. Transportation made easy, oh.
For more information on how to download Minaida app and use Minaida app, you could go over to YouTube and search Minaida Liberia.
Are you a member of an alumni association, an organization, a public or business agency, or a political party in Liberia or any part of the world? I have good news for you. You can now have your own private social community just like Facebook, exclusively for members of your organization. Your members will be able to download your social app from the Google or App Store or go directly on your mobile-friendly website, sign up, get verified, and start interacting with other members of your community, just like Facebook. If you are tired of intruders invading your organization's private Facebook groups, then it's time to get an online social community of your own that will look and function just like Facebook. And you will only need to buy us a soft drink once a year for annual hosting and maintenance. We don't charge you. You pay what you can afford. We take care of everything else. Now you don't have to worry about Facebook banning you anymore. Call or WhatsApp +231 886 511 933 or call +1 307 8777 110. Let's get your social community on the road just like Facebook.
Don't sleep, come.
When you talk durable, environmental friendly, and an all-weather surface smoothener, the only name that comes to mind is Zize Quality Paints. Zize Quality Paints come in all color and is produced in the USA. You don't have to worry anymore, because with Zize Quality Paints, you can change from oil to water-based paint with no damage to your wall or surface. And also, Zize Paint doesn't peel your wall. The good news is we can customize your paint based on your preference. Locate our offices in Police Academy Junction, RRA Highway, and our newly opened branch at LMC Junction, St. Paul Bridge, Bourgeois Island. For the first of its kind in Liberia, Zize Quality Group of Companies Incorporated introduces the Painter Referral Cash Commission. Professional painters can earn referral cash commission ranging from $5 United States dollars to $375 United States dollars when your client buy minimum total sale value greater than or equal to $200 United States dollars per transaction. This offer runs from September 5th, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Interested professional painters can contact any of our Zize Quality Paint store locations. This is our way of appreciating our valued professional painters for their support and continuous commitment to doing business with us. The qualification is just simple. You must be a professional painter. Referral cash commission is based on per transaction and not on accumulated purchases. For more information, call phone numbers 0777 366 142 or 0555 386 177. Zize Quality Paints, give your property a shine.
Let me see you.
Pennsylvania residents, we got good news for you. Are you interested in boosting your career or moving to the next level? Reach out to us at Excellence Staffing and Global at 267-461-7460 and take advantage of our training services and become either a certified nursing assistant CNA or database administrator DBA. We have a team of experts that can prepare you for your next level. Register now or call 267-461-7460 and get a 25% discount with promo code ESG2022 for our certified nursing assistant training or our database administrator training. Registration ends on December 31, 2022. Training cost is absolutely affordable. It's Excellence Staffing and Global, powering workforce with excellence. Remember to call us now at 267 461 7460.
Are you looking for auto insurance, home insurance, and life insurance? Or a business owner looking to insure your business? Well, we can help you with that. At Patience Noah Insurance, we know that insurance is hard to understand. That is why, as an independent insurance agency, we work with you to find tailor-made insurance for you or your business with the multiple insurance companies we work with. Whether you are looking for general liability, professional liability, workers' compensation, business auto, trucking insurance, personal auto insurance, home insurance, or life insurance, we are here for you to help you find coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Visit our website at patientnoahins.com or give us a call at 508-321-2083. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok at Patience Noah Insurance.
Are you in search of a credible, trustworthy, and professional real estate company? Well, your answer is yes. Realty Liberia Corporation is a solution to all your real estate needs. They provide real estate management, broker the sale or purchase of real properties, facilitate real property rental arrangements. They do property appraisals and title searches. Their effective and competent U.S. trained team boasts of over 30 years of experience working in the residential and commercial real estate space of America. They are a 100% Liberian-owned company located ideally on 4th Street Sinker in the Oregon compound. They can be reached on cell phone numbers +231-888-282-828 or 231-775-282-828. They are found on the internet at www.realtyliberia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, stop by today at the 4th Street Sinker office and tell them Henry Costa sent you.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Welcome to the program. Today is the 18th day of November 2022. It's good to be here. It's 10:31 a.m. in Liberia. It's 5:31 a.m. in the state of Delaware on the east coast of the United States of America. Wakai, good morning to you.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. It's the weekend's edition of the show. It's good to be here.
That's correct. It is this weekend. All right. So what's up? What's going on?
Well, nothing much trending for now. We're still on the census issue, if it is going well or not.
So people are getting counted now, right? But I see that. I see that some people have been counted.
Yeah, some people are getting counted. People are listening to a few radio stations this morning. Some people are saying that, but the enumerators too are finding it difficult because others, when they go to count people, the people will tell them say, we expected you on a day, the holiday, the president told us to stay home.
Get counted. Yeah, but we know you expected them on that day. But the thing, we're not doing it for joy. We are. We encourage these people.
Yeah. We need to.
Okay.
We need to be.
They didn't come on the day you were expecting them. We agree, my people. But when you see them, you please get counted. We're not doing this as a favor to George Weah. This is for us as a country. So, my people, you're normal, yeah. You're normal because they didn't come on the first day. They said they were coming that day. You're normal. Now on the other part, you'll get best. The people are right to be pissed off, Bogey. You know, because they made them cancel everything they were doing in that day. You know how much money people lost, Bogey?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money people lost? People go out over their daily bread. You tell the whole country to stay home. They stay home for nothing. And nobody offers an apology. But do you know they never even apologize to the Liberian people?
Nope.
The government takes the people for granted. I mean, you tell the whole country, stay home to be counted. They stayed home to be counted. Nobody showed up. For the president of the republic to address the nation and offer his apologies for keeping the people at home, causing them to lose their daily bread, with nobody showing up to count them, keeping it at home in vain. I mean, the courtesy to even say, my people, I'm sorry that this happened. I will take action. The people who caused this will be punished. Something like that. But Boga, they born on KSA. Because
yeah, but Costa, Costa, what they are saying is that the UNFPA came up with a statement saying that the process is on and it's going. So, according to them, there's no need of coming out again to apologize.
I disagree. The government should have still apologized to the Liberian people. You told the Liberian people the census would begin on Friday. The census did not begin on last Friday. Now you had to come to tell the public why the census did not begin on Friday. You had to apologize to them for keeping them at home with nothing happening. But you did not, because you do not care. So I saw the headline from Page Africa. The vice president, Joa Howard Taylor. You know, I'm told that, you know, I read his story. You know, she's talking about the hardship in the country and all that kind of stuff and challenging times. Madam Vice President, I understand where you come from, but to be honest with you, the hardship in the country is mostly man-made. It's mostly man-made. It was made by this administration, by the incompetence of the government you work in. That is exactly why we are in this problem that we're in. The hardship did not come from heaven, or it did not come from hell. It is because your boss is very incompetent. His team is very incompetent. That is the reason why we have the problem that we have. So, for anybody to try to tell us that, oh, my people, there are always challenging times. Challenging times exist, we agree, okay? But challenging times do not exist in isolation. There are reasons why the challenging times exist. So, you think things should be this hard? Things should not be this hard. Things are this hard because the government is PC. When was the last time civil servants went 3 months without pay? It's been a long time in Liberia since we witnessed that. Okay, I agree. The government did not create inflation. Inflation is a global trend. If the world's greatest economy, the US, is dealing with inflation, so is China, so is Japan and Canada and other countries in the world. Inflation is a global phenomenon. There's nothing you can do about it. I agree. You can take a few feeble measures here to try to mitigate the impact of inflation. You can do that. You cannot prevent inflation. The global supply chain issues triggered by a whole number of factors, ranging from COVID-19, the residual effect of COVID-19, lots of Chinese factories and shutting down, and because the Chinese had a very strict shutdown policy in place. So that triggered a global supply chain shortage phenomenon. So when there's a supply chain problem, it affects productivity. Everything goes up, okay? Everything goes up. There's a yogurt, it's called Fage. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. It's a very nice yogurt, Fage. I really like that yogurt. I like to snack on it because, when I don't want to eat anything heavy. At night, just put a little bit in the bowl. That yogurt is fine yogurt, right? That yogurt, the regular size cup, used to be $4 and something, just under $5. But the yogurt is now selling for $6.99. I just bought a couple of cups of it a few days ago. The yogurt is now selling for $6.99. You round that up, that's $7. From under $5 to $7. So it's global, the global supply chain issues. So we understand that. But Bwagai, even before the global inflation that we're seeing, there were problems in our country. There were economic, there were a lot of economic constraints that could be averted, that could be fixed, but this government is just incompetent to fix that. It is as simple as that. Then you have a president who does not care, who is not a leader. He gets up, he goes abroad. And I've been reading these stories about George Weah's son and Timothy Weah. I read his article yesterday in the Washington Post, talking about George Weah being the greatest African footballer alive. That's true. He won, the only African to have won the world best. You can't take that away from him. He holds an enviable, look at the other person one. My man, you won't be my chief dietitian now, Charles J.S. Young. Charles, I'm eating the fat-free, zero-fat yogurt. So, my man, you are not my dietitian. And let's stay on the politics. You're not the one who's going to tell me what to eat and what not to eat. Anyway, so here you have a situation, Wakai, where, as I was talking about this article, and they're talking about, Weah's son. We have been so proud of his son. And because he didn't make it to the World Cup, the closest we came was 2002 when we lost to Nigeria. Or when we lost our slot to Nigeria, I believe that was 2002. That's a game Weah and others are accused of selling.
That was Ghana.
Yeah, but we lost a point. I mean, I think Nigeria was a point over us or something. But who did we lose the game to? To Ghana, right?
Ghana.
Okay, Ghana. I think so. This is 2002. But anyway, in the Washington Post, the article I read. But the point I'm trying to make, Walker, is that this is all he's concerned about. You know, the article was talking about how very happy and proud he is. According to his son, Timmy Weir, say Daddy is very happy and proud to see him play in the World Cup. Yes, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not happy for the young man. Timmy Weir has not done any harm to me. As far as I'm concerned, he doesn't really approve of his father's politics. So I'm cheering the young man on because that's just who I am. You know, people who are doing good, I'm happy for them, especially they're not hurting anybody. I'm happy for them. But his father is a terrible human being. His father is. To leave our whole country. But you know, like Joe Biden said in his press conference the other day, we as presence and we as absence, it's the same, Walker. He's in a country, he's out of the country. There's no difference. It's the same. Absolutely no difference. Yep. Well, folks, I posted on Facebook yesterday, but I want to also speak to it here because there are lots of people listening via radio. Are we on radio, Walker?
Yes, yes.
I want to announce with great happiness and joy that I, your humble servant, shall be arriving in Liberia with a delegation of 15 individuals from the United States on the 30th of December. We're coming home, and I'm very happy, and I'm looking forward to it. December 30th, folks, we will arrive in the morning at our IA. We will be at our IA. And my people are very excited, as am I, to be going home after 2 solid years away. This is the longest I've been out of my country. In the last 7 years that I've been in the United States, I've always gone home at least once or twice a year. Minimum once a year, I've traveled back home. I know there's not so much that's going on in the country in terms of positive developments, but just being home makes me happy with my people. It can be tough, but I love that. And so we're coming, a very large delegation. Chairman Morris Dugley of Minnesota and his darling wife, my dear sister-in-law, Kumba, my dear sister, Winifred Johnson, and her dear husband, Stannis Johnson, my dear brother, Darius St. Patrick, Darius Lomax from Minnesota, my dear brother, Jonah Flomo, my brother, Sam Barry, my brother, Bomi Amos. It's a long list, so long list. We're coming. And my dear sister, Love from Minnesota. And so we're looking forward to this trip. It's a long list of people. You know, we will be home. We will have a good time. We have some events planned already. And it will be fantastic. Yeah. So Liberia, here we come next month, December 30th. Brazier's house. We're gonna when as the time gets closer, we will give you the itinerary. When we get to RIA, what we're gonna do, we're gonna drive in a convoy all the way to Monrovia, Central Town. We're gonna go to the headquarters of the Unity Party, where on that day we will have the formal event of the welcome or arrival event or ceremony will take place at the headquarters of the Unity Party up Broad Street. But we will give you all the itinerary when the time gets closer. We have buses that we're going to secure. We'll let you know where the buses will be parked so that people can get picked up and brought in. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Very excitedly looking forward to it. This weekend, we're going to try. No, we said the last weekend, we're going to do that fundraiser for the Daisy Bopa Academy, the school that was built by that decent, heroic gentleman, Mr. Daniel Mayon. So next week, we're going to do the fundraiser. On Sunday, we're going to do that fundraiser to raise some money for the Daisy Bopa Academy. We need to do that. It's extremely important for the container that was shipped. We already have, we're going to receive in a few days $1,000 from one of my beloved aunts. She would like to remain anonymous. The day we mentioned that we would be doing a fundraiser, she reached out to me in real time while we were on and said, "Nephew, I'm going to be sending $1,000 as my contribution." She got in touch with me a few days later to ask me how the funds could be delivered to us in Liberia, because she's currently out of the country and that arrangement is being made. So I just want to thank her and to thank all of those who gave. So that's a good question, Big Brother Abraham Katie. I need to find out who's running the school, but I will speak with them. So the good thing is the container is already on its way. We just need to ensure that we have the funds to clear the container and to pay for the shipment, because the guys decided, look, you know what, this guy has just died. We're going to ship it, and once Costa and them raise the money, then they can pay us back for the shipment, and they clear it. The entire thing comes up to $11,000. Considering that this aunt of mine has already given $1,000, which we will receive in the next couple of days, we now only need to raise $10,000. That is what we need to do, and we can do that. Of course, we raised more than $10,000 on this show here in a go so many times, and you all know about this. We've been talking about this for a long time. So we will probably do this fundraiser the Sunday after Thanksgiving here in the U.S. So basically, next week Friday, I'm going off to California on a business trip, and that's my first time going to California. And going to California next week Friday, and I come back on Monday. So I'll probably host the fundraiser from California. Yes, I'll just do it from my hotel room, do the fundraiser from California, so that we raise the funds and show that, you see, you know, no matter what, I'm going to California on a business trip. It's important to me. So I could say, you know what, to hell with it. Why do I have to inconvenience myself to do that, to do a fundraiser while I'm there? But guess what? When you are a servant of the people and a servant of a cause, you must always find time to do that, to dedicate yourself to that. You know, yesterday I found myself out and about. I took time from my schedule. It was a crazy day for me yesterday, but it was a good day for me. And I went out there to do things for people. Absolutely altruistic, no direct benefit to me. You know, what makes you a good human being is when you can take your time, when you can inconvenience yourself to do something for other people. It doesn't always have to be about money. No, forget it. Anybody can give money to people. But when you can do things for people, use your time, whether it's 5 minutes, to just go stand somewhere and do something for somebody, it sets you apart as a good person. And I'm proud, and I pride myself on my good nature. I'm a good human being. And a good human being doesn't mean you're perfect. David was a good man. He was the apple of God's eyes, but he was a flawed man. So God doesn't want perfection, but God wants you with a good heart. And that is what I pride myself on. And it is what carries me through. My good heart, my gracious spirit, my generous nature. I pride myself on that more than anything else. You know, All credit to my late mother, Sarah Burton. She was a wonderful, wonderful human being. She loved people. And when I was young, I didn't understand it. What kind of woman is this? We barely ain't got enough food in the house here. You take our little rice and our little soup kind and you're giving it to people. I didn't understand that. Because you know, Baga, when you're a boy, you're growing up, right? You are that, you're in an adolescent age. The food, the number one concern in the house can be the food. And you remember, Baga?
Yeah.
You make sure the food not going low in the house. The boys say, eat, my man. What? Especially when you're at a certain age. Only food can think about, Baga. Yeah.
Sure.
No woman been in out here at that age. No woman been in that thing. Only food. You just want to eat. And then you got your own man there. You already got enough. You always give me everything away. So you be like, what wrong with it? What wrong with the woman? What wrong with Sarah Burton? You know, but Sarah Burton was a generous woman. And you know, Baga, I will tell you something, right? You know, they got this song, Count Your Many Blessings. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. You know, I was sitting, I don't know what I was doing a few days ago, but it happens to me from time to time. And I say to myself, God, look at where you took me from. Look at where I am today. You know, look at where you took me from. Only about 10, 11, 12 years ago. Look at the place you have elevated me. Today, I don't have to worry about a meal. I don't have to worry about putting gas in my car. The fact that I even own a car today, you know, some people have come so far that they've forgotten where they came from. I do not forget where I came from. I barely had a bed to lay my head on. Today, I've got so many rooms in my home that I don't even use. So many beds. Hey, God, look at where you took me from. And you know, when you look at where God took you from, you look back, you have to have an attitude of gratitude. And then you have to send praises up to whom your blessings came from, to your provider. And then you should not measure your successes or your accomplishments with other people. Be jealous, but be constructively jealous, not destructive. Don't let jealousy eat you up. You see, the reason I am not a destructively jealous person is this. I always say this to you. It's because, you know what? I look at myself today, where I am today. God has blessed me so much. I have a master's degree. Amen. Only 6 years ago, I never even had a bachelor's degree. Today, I have a master's degree. That is a blessing. It is a lot. See where the Lord has taken me from. See where he has brought me and see where he will take me further. I am still being molded in the potter's house. Look at me. I'm talking about going back home and thousands of my compatriots are excited and happy, looking forward to receiving me. You think this is because I'm smart or I'm tall or I'm good looking? It is because of God's grace upon my life. So sometimes when you think you are suffering or you have not enough, just sit back and say, and count your blessings. What you have today, did you have it yesterday? The house you are building today, the fact that rent is no longer a problem for you, the fact that you don't worry about where the next meal will come from. Was it ever like that before? No, it wasn't. The fact that you are in that position today means that you have blessings for which you must be grateful to God and give him praises so that more blessings may flow upon you. Do not measure your successes or your achievements or accomplishments against other people's accomplishments and successes. And one thing I've come to realize, it does not matter how long, but how well. Oh, I've come to realize that. I've come to believe that. People may have crossed you, they have gone way ahead, they have degrees, they have built houses, They are recognized. They have money in the bank. You may have nothing, but God can put you in a jet plane and you can pass by those people in no time. You know God can do that. And so don't sit there and be worried and say, look at all my mates, they passed by me. You just have to keep believing and trusting in him and working hard. That is all you must do. Hard work. Trust in him. Look up to him. Determination. You can be whatever you want to be. And so that's what I say. That's what I do. I count my blessings. I count my blessings against where I come from. You know, when I was able to build my grandmother that little house in Kiris in Mashitam, do you know how much joy that brought me? Yeah. I didn't get to do it for my mother, but I got to do it to my grandmother, my mother's mother, Chupang. I can't wait to see her. She wants to see me so bad. You know, whenever I talk to her, right? And we don't talk as much because basically she just wants to know I'm doing okay. The other day when I spoke to her, I could tell from hearing her voice, you know, she's happy that I take good care of her and I help all my people. But sometimes it's not just the material things you do. The support you provide, the material support you provide to your loved ones. Sometimes they just want to see you. Do you get it? Does anybody relate to what I'm saying? Sometimes your loved one, somebody such as your grandmother or your mother or your father, it's just your physical presence they crave. And you can tell in their voice there's something amiss. You've done everything well for them, you're taking care of them, you're doing this, but you can tell in their voice. This is a Beatrice, you can tell in their voice. Now, all they want now, yeah, you've done everything. They just want to lay eyes on you. I could tell in my grandmother's voice, from my grandmother's voice the other day. She just wants to see me and just touch me. And I could sense it, but I didn't say anything to her. But it really hurt me, you know, that and I'm going home. And one of the first things I want to do, I'm going to go to my village to see my grandmother, Jupang, and see all my folks. So we thank God. God is merciful and God is good. Count your many blessings. Name them one by one. Just being healthy is a blessing. I want you to know that. You may be hungry, you may be poor, but good health is a blessing.
Sure.
Steve Jobs had billions of dollars. When he got cancer, his billions could not save him. A poor man in Liberia who's hungry was in a better situation than Steve Jobs. Yes, you have to understand that. Good health is wealth. Because you are healthy and because you are alive, you have hope, you have prospects. Tomorrow could be better when you work hard. So, my dear people, be content, but keep pushing. Oh, I can't wait to see you people, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. So many of my people, I miss you. Thousands and thousands of you. That day, December 30th, it will not be easy. My people haven't seen me in 2 years. I can imagine we'll shut the city down. It will not be easy. I'm looking forward to it. Now, we're gonna move on to something else. That we will have D12 on the show this morning, okay? D12, I believe he's already released a new song recently, or he's about to release a new song. Everybody knows what D12 is. Of course, you all know. So we're gonna have D12 on this morning on the program, talking about his new song that's about to be released or that has recently been released. So we're gonna go to the phone lines, Bwakai. Today is Friday. We're gonna do what's on your mind. Have your say. So you can call in, you can tell us what's on your mind, what's happening. Martina was supposed to call in the other day. Martina brought a case to me the other day involving a young woman who was physically assaulted. Martina, you want to call in this morning to talk to us about that? We will also be speaking with Mr. Samuka V. Corner this morning, okay? Mr. Samuka V. Corner is one of the spokespersons. He called me yesterday. You remember we were trying to get him on the phone, right? He was.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed a call also.
Good. He was in the post at the time, but he's going to call in this morning. You should try to get in touch with him, okay? He's going to call in to speak with us about the meeting they had with the Ministry of Justice, the families of the three families of the three missing young men. They had a meeting with the Ministry of Justice. Our dear brother, Senator Darius Dillon, was there, as one of the senators of Montserrat County. He was there to show solidarity with the families. And so we're going to speak with Mr. Samuka Corner this morning. Yes, D12 will join us later on the program. And so basically that's what it looks like. Brother Charles Roberts, my man, December 30th, I cannot wait. You remember December 19th when we went, they call it Henry Costa Day. Praise the Lord. We give the glory to God. And then we give thanks to people like Charles Roberts, and who did a phenomenal job as head of the Liberians United to welcome Henry Costa. Charles Roberts was the founder of that organization. The work begins tomorrow. Next week. The team will start going out there on various radio stations. They'll be on various radio stations. They'll be going to intellectual centers, CO and SEMPAID and all the other intellectual centers. They're going to be on radio stations. They're going to be going to the communities to spread the word that we're coming and mobilizing our people. Charles Roberts and Sylvester Teves and Brother Mike Fire David and Brother Noah Zawo Gibson, my dear beloved Princess Martina Konate, and some of our team members from here in the U.S., Brother Momo Johnson, and our the COP Youth Wing Chair, Yusuf Salif, my dynamic Vice Chair for Administration of the COP, Brother Anthony S. Tengme Senior. He's basically the ex officio supervising all these activities as the most senior ranking COP official on the ground. The team is energetic. They're working hard. Fidel Cano and everybody. It's fantastic. They're working really hard. We have a beautiful plan. We've drawn up a beautiful plan. Fantastic. The budget has been made. If you want to contribute to the return, fine. We're not going to be doing open public fundraiser, but if you want to chip in, the cost of the return, where is Stevens? What is the budget again? Including security and everything. Captain K, he's in charge of security. He's my security coordinator. We're taking one of our dear friends from here. He's going along with us. He's embedded. He's going to be my personal bodyguard from the U.S. We also have some of our loyal bodyguards back home in the country. The budget for the entire trip, security, the activities, and everything, vehicle rental, everything is just shy of $15,000. And we have friends who have committed. A good brother of mine, not a friend, a good brother of mine, will be making a sizable contribution next week, which we get Charles Roberts and all those guys that will start working as of next week. So it's just around $15,000 US. The committee put this together, brought it, we reviewed it, we approved it. So yeah, apart from security, the budget is $10,000. But then when you add security, it's just around 13, 14, it's about $14,000 total, $14,000. And that's nothing. Our people will take care of that. Just about 3, 4, 5 persons will take care of the whole budget. Yeah, we got some friends who have some money, who are endowed. But if the ordinary folks want to chip in, you're more than welcome. If you want to tell you
now, people Samuka Konen. People, good morning.
Let's do that.
Okay. And how are you doing today?
Welcome.
Am I live?
Yeah, you are live on the show.
All right. Okay. Sorry, man. Yesterday, I was nowhere around to be phoned when I received communication from some friends regarding you guys having interest in hearing from me about the status of the 3 missing men.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, I'm going to give you summary of it because I plan to have a podcast today by 5 p.m. Liberian time on this issue. We were given a voluminous report on the issue, a report that the Attorney General of the Republic, Councillor Musa Frank Dean, refused to have given us until we accepted the conduct of DNA, according to him. So every effort applied for us to have getting the report was not being made available to us until finally, day before yesterday, through the intervention of Darius DeLong and our legal team, we were able to have been invited by them so as to be able to give us the report. The report that which I have digestively and comprehensively read, and I got the detail of it, the contradictions in the report. I see a reason for which Musa Dean became hesitant to have given all the report. All right? In the report, it was established. If I let me just give you a conclusion of the report, according to them, they could not trace the possibility of canoe capsizing. At the same time, they were unable to establish murder on the basis of the 5 elements of murder. Where the first shot to have made the world understand was, these 2 points being what you have raised, you also did not let the world understand that you could not be able to establish drowning on the basis of no one would have gotten drowned and such person phone continue to ring up to 3, 4, 5 days. Now, that is a contradiction in the report for which anybody would disagree that drowning did not take place. So in the entirety of the report, there was nowhere established by the investigators or the panelists or the panel that drowning was ever established or drowning occurred. It is only on the testimonies of the accomplices of Moses that they claim to have actually established drowning. But in so far, so good. The inconsistency I would like to sharpen some for the world to understand. In the report, it was established by the guys that Abraham Samuel, one of the accomplices to Moses. According to him, he was able to have called Moses at midnight on 17th of October 2020 to inform him about the children being drowned. But interestingly, Moses had called the church priest 3-4 hours before that time, informing him that the children are getting drowned. Now the question is, who informed Abraham Samuel that the children are getting drowned to have informed Moses, for which Moses informed the priest 3-4 hours before the actual news could have reached to him at midnight? The call law for the GSM company established that Abraham Samuel lied. With that kind of lie, it's sufficient also to remind the panelists that they could never have accepted the idea of drowning being established. So no drowning. And in the same report, they made us to understand that we should go to accept the conduct of autopsies. Nowhere the police, including the panelists, ever invited us to accept the conduct of autopsies. What they told us to have accepted and we rejected was the conduct of DNA. Unfortunately, they spelled it out in that report that we resisted the conduct of autopsies. We are now advancing to them that instead of you actually talking about the conduct of DNA, what is considered expedient, and I mean logically expedient, is to advance the idea of establishing the cause of death, which is autopsies. Let autopsy be performed so as to establish the dead body in question, what led to such person being dead. Not telling us to go and then accept the conduct of DNA. Because if DNA proves that the body in question is one of the children, Liberian mentality will be, and they say that another children, and they say that another children. That's not our argument. Our argument is that the children were killed, they did not get drowned. So if the body is discovered to be any of them, the argument should not be DNA. It should be what was the cause of death. That is the argument. Too many contradictions are in the report. By the grace of God, the forecast will expose everything to the world. I can read on and on and on and give you the page number and the counts. 25 counts were given as a ruling of the panel. In these rulings, too many contradictions are there. So we want for the world to understand that the report is given to us is being turned over to our legal counsel. I am only a curious spokesperson and a founding member of the children who have decided reading the report and giving you my own thought and my own perspective. So far, so good. We want you to understand that there was a reason why Musa didn't get a prayer, because the report totally contradicted everything about no drowning. No one on the panel will be brave to call and make the world to understand that God ever
hello,
prepared to answer any concern.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Costa, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Mr. Kone, I want to thank you for your deliberation. Very comprehensive. Thank you so much for striking those key points in the report. Did you say that? Bagai, I don't know why you guys have brought this thing up for the callers to be able to hear me. Did you say you need to?
I'm not getting you, Costa.
Yeah, but you know, noise era to Costa. That's the problem.
I'm somewhere with extreme quietude.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Did you say that 5 days after the young men were reportedly or had reportedly drowned, their cell phones were still ringing? Okay, please convey that to him.
Cause repeat, yeah.
He said 5 days after the young man had reportedly drowned, at least one of their cell phones was still ringing.
So you got him asking if 5 days after the boys got drowned, one of their cell phones was still ringing.
Drowning.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, Buckeye. Realistically, the people claim that the kingdom capsized with the children on October 17. At 8:30, the priest of the church was informed about this particular story. But from October 17, 2020, up to the 22nd of the same October in the same year, their phone were stay on. The only thing, they could not respond to their family member that were calling them. The GSM call log has established this as a fact. So if their phone were stay on, what constituted drowning from that perspective? When you become logical, will you say accept the idea that drowning has occurred?
No way.
The phones that were considered drowned are not resident of where they went, but rather they were coming. Would they have left their phone there out of their own volition? Or how did they get drowned with their phone say ringing in the course of 4 to 5 days?
It's not possible.
That is lingering on the mind of everybody. When you listen to this, you will come to understand that even the panel has been unable to establish drowning. So we are seeing that no drowning took place. The children were killed. And we maintain that strongly they were killed. No drowning took place. So up to present, it is appearing as if they want to shift the burden now on the basis of negligence. Whatever is the case of negligence, in their own report, in count 124, page 144, count 24, it is in there where they spoke of Moses and Abraham Samuel being here for negligence. Now, interestingly, what is the negligence they are speaking of? That nobody was allowed to have paddle canoe over the river after 7 p.m. Are you telling me that Moses was not in the know of this law when this is where they cross at all times according to them? But they brought this as an excuse in order to be able to establish drowning that did not occur. So as to be able to accomplish their benevolent plan for which the children were taken into captivity. And this is what we are maintaining. Let the war go forth. Our children did not get drowned. If they are not alive, they were killed. So we don't want DNA now. We want autopsies to be performed to establish the cause of death. Something which led Musa Din to have said the funders are not being cooperating. How will we have not cooperated when every occasion you call us, we make ourselves available? So something is fishy, something is wrong somewhere. Somebody is trying to shield somebody. And the story will actually come to itself. The world will know what has actually unfolded and what is unfolding.
Mr. Corner, thank you very much. We really appreciate you calling in this morning and educating us.
All right, okay. I appreciate the concern and your effort thus far. I want you to extend our effort, the family efforts to you, Costa, Abraham Dallas, DeLong. DeLong has taken this case as a case on the basis of the protection of humanity. Every effort we apply to get in contact with DeLong, he made it available, and he took us from point to point. Of course, Gabriel Yinka tried to make an appeal to us that he would love to be part of the family because what the government is doing, it doesn't make any sense to see government acting as if she's in fact a party to the conflict. Whereas we are anticipating that the government should have become the defender for the citizen to bring forth Moses and his accomplices. But rather, Moses and his accomplices are passing free. The only thing against testament that were inculcated was also inconsistency, and yet the panel was unable to establish that drowning did not take place. That is the unfortunate aspect of the report. Howbeit, the core law exposed all of them. The critical point is the core law. The core law has exposed everybody. The government operators, those who spoke in defense of the government, including Musa D and the likes of them, wanting for the world to be convinced that drowning did not take place, they have all become a liar. So government should tell us where our children are and what happened to them. If they are not alive, then they kill them. They should be able to get account of our children. This is our position. So for in justification of this claim, they should proceed to the performance of our autopsy. And this autopsy will not be performed by any criminal manner, pathology that they have around here that are always coming with social fiasco, you call other, or pathological report. So we want it to be clear. Government should get prepared to sponsor and hire the service of a renowned pathologist around the world to come and conduct an autopsy establishing cause of death on a dead body they have. May God help us save Liberia.
Thank you
so
very much. Wagai, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are key elements in a case that can help to establish what really happened.
Yeah.
The call log. They pulled the call log. And the call log showed that their cell phones were ringing for 5 days. They supposedly drowned on the 17th of October 2020. On the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st to the 22nd, 5 days, their cell phones were still ringing. Their cell phones were still on. But so you mean they went to work across the river, they finished working, they got in the canoe and started to cross, and all their cell phones were still on after they got drowned?
Oh,
so their cell phones were in the river with them and still ringing for 5 days?
Yeah, the phone stay in the river ringing.
Their cell phones in the river ringing.
Yeah.
Folks, does that make sense to you? It makes absolute. That is the reason why the panel could not establish that these young men drowned, because it does not add up. They could not have drowned. They could not have drowned with their cell phones still ringing for 5 days. Somebody must have been holding them somewhere. That's the only explanation. That's the only explanation. And then also, you can't say they suddenly just went missing. Well, did they just go missing? No. They didn't just go, they couldn't have just gone missing. They couldn't. They couldn't have gone missing. They did not. These were groomed men. These were not, even though you call them 3 missing boys. But hey, you know, like people like to call people boy or girl. Even when you're 40-year-old, they still call you boy. Like Joey has 50, says, y'all lead the ball, man. Y'all lead the ball. But listen, these young men, they were men. In fact, Samukai Conan's nephew, who is one of the 3 young men, was actually a mechanic. He had gone to repair some kind of machine, either a water pump machine or some kind of machine. So he was a mechanic. So these were not little boys. These were not teenagers or boys in their adolescence. No, these were young men. Young men. So you can't say they suddenly went missing. And then, Wagai, if a canoe capsized, whose canoe was it that capsized?
Mm-hmm.
They did not own their own canoe.
Yeah.
They did not cross the river in their own canoe. Now, Birmingham is a canoe, but it's actually canoe. Anyway, forget it. So they did not cross the river in their own canoe. Somebody crossed them at a crossing point in a canoe. So
where is that person?
Was it that crossed?
Where is that person now?
Who is the operator, or who was the operator of the canoe?
Mm-hmm.
And these young men didn't have their own canoe. Whoever took them there to work, St. Moses, didn't have a canoe.
No.
So somebody must have crossed them in a canoe. Who was operating the canoe? You see, black guy?
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I have a master's degree in criminal justice.
Baku, you strong.
I'm,
Good
I'm,
deal.
I'm putting it to work. I got a master's degree in criminal justice, my begin. Yeah, graduated with distinction and honor. So, whose canoe was it? And who was operating the canoe? And where is the operator of the canoe? Because the way it works at these crossing points, the canoe operator would cross you and would bring the canoe back. Okay? That's the way it's done.
Because that's the business they're doing.
They're doing a business. When JMB was turning over that
ferry,
the ferry to the people of Grand Bassa, you were at that event. You interviewed some of the people, Boga. You went to that event in Bassa.
Yeah.
You were at the crossing point. Did you not see canoes there?
Yeah.
You saw
a lot of
operating canoes. They cross the people, they pay a fee, they cross them back. You interview the people. I remember you sent me that video.
Yeah.
So the point is that Boakai, who operated the canoe that these three young men crossed in. So only the three of them got drowned and the canoe operator didn't get drowned? If the canoe capsized, where is the canoe? What, do you have such large number of canoes that you do not remember that a particular canoe capsized? Hello? I mean, this thing reeks of foul play. From a mile away, you can tell that this story is bull crap, hogwash. It makes absolutely no sense. Somebody must have operated a canoe. It must have been somebody's canoe. And so there is absolutely no way on God's earth that you would have me convinced that they simply went and took a canoe from somewhere that nobody owned, got in it themselves, paddled across the river, or while paddling across the river, they suddenly capsized thanks to the currents of the river, and they drowned. Okay, let's say they suddenly magically found a canoe somewhere that belonged to nobody, and nobody misses a canoe. Nobody operated a canoe. They operated it themselves. Okay. Why were their cell phones still on for 5 days after their death or they are going missing? Why were their cell phones still on 5 days after they're going missing? Or their supposed capsizing and supposed drowning? Why were their cell phones still on? Okay, did they have waterproof cell phones? Why? Presumably, these young men didn't have expensive cell phones. I mean, I know the Apple phone, one of the Apple phones is one. I mean, there are several models of several makes of the Apple phone is waterproof. Did they have that expensive Apple phone? I mean, most people in Liberia use Techno. What do most people use for smartphones?
You Techno, yeah.
Techno is the most popular smartphone in Liberia. Techno. So you mean these young men had what? $800, $900 US Apple phones? I don't believe that. So their cell phones were still ringing for 5 days after they're going missing. So how the hell could that have happened? Huh? The most popular cell phone in Liberia, that Techno, bugger. Pray you tell me. Most people in Liberia can buy $900 iPhone, 1,000 US phone.
I beg you, yeah.
So it's Techno.
But the men are going to hustle on the water. Even the Techno phones, they will be skeptical about it because they will not carry that phone, then they will carry the bottom phone.
So, but here is the thing. So these young men could not have drowned. They could not have drowned because it does not add up. There are too many inconsistencies and too many discrepancies. The story does not make sense. If they got drowned in a canoe that capsized, whose canoe was it? And who was operating the canoe? The president cannot come forward. Okay, if they did get drowned in a canoe that they operated themselves, then there are two questions that are left to be answered. Whose canoe was it that they took and operated themselves? That's one. Two, why were their cell phones? Now that is the variable that does not move. It is as constant as a North Star. As a Northern Star. That variable does not move. Which variable is that? the variable that their cell phones were still ringing for 5 days after they supposedly got drowned. So they were charging their phone under the river. At the bottom of the river, Bogey, they were charging their cell phones, right? So now you got Niji or whatever in the river that can keep the phone charged. Let's say somehow they have waterproof cell phone. They have waterproof cell phones. You know, you got to consider all scenarios here. Their cell phones were waterproof, water resistant. Oh, you know, when we're little boys, we had these fond memories of water resistant watches. You want to show off to your friends that your watch is water resistant, and it's a big bragging right. Oh, my watch is water resistant. You put it in water, and all your friends see it. So these young men had water resistant cell phones. Okay. So these cell phones were under the river for 5 days and it was still ringing. Jesus. Okay, let's assume they have water resistant cell phones. But then what about battery power? Okay. So these phones, they not run. Do you know how often we charge our phone? We charge our cell phones multiple times a day, okay? Do we not?
Yeah. No, it's always on charge. Anywhere you go in your car, you plug it. Where you go, you sit down somewhere, you plug it.
Because these smartphones burn a lot of power. Let's assume they didn't have smartphones. They have regular phones. Even the regular phones. You think you're going to have those phones and you will not charge them for what, 5 days? They will still be ringing?
No.
Then what are the odds that all three of them had their three phones ringing for 5 days straight? Hello? Not one of them, all three of them. The idiots in the other scenario, which looks to me is the likely scenario, the idiots that kidnapped them were so stupid that they kept their phones on. You remember the case of Gifty Lama and Albert Peters? You remember what the police said? The police said that this certain gentleman stole Gifty Lama's cell phone. He had Gifty Lama's phone. They called him. The police called him. Hello? And they said the police came out and said they knew this guy. The police said they knew the guy who answered Gifty Lama's cell phone. He answered the cell phone. He's a notorious criminal. The police have him already. They booked him many times. He's in their database. They called Gifty Lama's cell phone, and this Salama Swan answered the cell phone. He gave himself, he exposed himself.
Yeah.
He gave himself out. The police said that. Now, Bogart, that particular lead just died. You would have thought the police would have followed that lead. How did he come to be in possession of the cell phone of a woman who the police concluded sat in a car, in a vehicle, and died of carbon monoxide? How? Begin, I'm a criminal justice master's degree working now. But it's just inconsistent. So a notorious criminal answers a dead person's cell phone. And the police themselves claim they know the fellow. They came out to the public and said, we call Gifty Lama's cell phone and some notorious criminal we know. They call the guy's name. Somebody just Google it. They call the guy's name. The police call the guy's name. They say he answered the cell phone. The police said they were proceeding to arrest the guy to interrogate him to find out how he came to be in possession of a dead woman's cell phone. So pray you tell me, folks. Pray you tell me. How could such a lead, a very, very significant lead, just go cold? That lead, they call him Supreme. Josiah Smith, thank you. Oh, some people can remember. The police call the guy's name. His street name is Supreme. This criminal goes by the street name Supreme. Supreme. We didn't know this. The police themselves told the public that they called Gifty Lama's cell phone, and Supreme, a notorious hardened criminal, answered her phone. Then listen, the night the husband called, her sister called, Supreme also answered them.
Yep.
Gifty Lama's husband, her sister called the phone all night. The night she went missing, Supreme answered and called his name. Then the police said, oh, but we know Supreme. Then what happened? Could they not get Supreme to say how he came to be in possession of Gifty Lama's cell phone? So listen. So while Gifty Lama and Albert Peter supposedly sat there on Broad Street opposite UBA in a running vehicle, I mean the vehicle with the engine running, is parked, the engine running. They forgot themselves, and Kapa Monasa killed them. So this fella got in the car, took her cell phone, just the cell phone, and not the other personal effects. Okay, does this story make sense to you?
Absolutely not.
Somebody say Supreme has disappeared. They say they can't find Supreme. There are two scenarios here. Because Supreme acted stupid, Supreme might have been used in the kidnapping of Gifty Lama and Albert Peters. So he decided to take Gifty's cell phone. Maybe he just like it, a stupid criminal. He took a cell phone for himself and kept it on. And stupid him.
Yeah, but then they call you on it, then you answer.
Then he answered. Oh, but Liberian criminals are not smart. They're stupid, especially those ones. So he answered the cell phone. So now when the police found out, and the people who sent them to kill Gifty Lama and Albert Peter found out that Supreme had acted stupid and blown his cover, guess what you think they did to him? Okay? Guy, what do you think they did to him? They killed him, guy. Is that rocket science? They killed him because he could have exposed them. The police did not want to bring Supreme in. They only announced Supreme because the family told them that Supreme had answered Gifty's phone. Guy. What happened is they killed Supreme to ensure that Supreme did not expose them. Because who made Supreme to go take phone? They paid you to kidnap somebody. Either they made him leave the country or they kill him. One of two scenarios. They either help Supreme to leave Liberia, but that's risky. You know what's risky about it? He could talk wherever he is, or he could come back to the country at some point. And murder does not have a statute of limitation. So Supreme. So the plausible scenario that I'm going with is that Supreme was murdered. They killed him. They killed Supreme to protect themselves from being exposed. Because Supreme acted the idiot for taking Gifty's phone. That's it. Now, why were their bodies covered in sand? Okay? Gifty Lama's body, Albert Peter's body, their bodies were covered in sand. Beach sand. Okay? Beach sand. Because they took them to a beach somewhere. That's why they murdered them. And they put them in a car. And there are many ways they could have murdered them. Without making it seem like, because they wanted to make it look like Kaba Monasa killed them. So what did they do, Bagay? They could have suffocated them. They could have just suffocated them. That's it. Suffocate them. Did the government ever conduct an autopsy on Gifty Lama and Albert Peters? Did they?
No.
No, Bagay, listen. Did the government ever conduct an autopsy? They did an investigation. They said they believe it's carbon monoxide. Was that investigator on an autopsy? Yes, it was. There you go. Carbon monoxide. That's what the government said. Gifty Lama and Albert Peter sat in the vehicle and they turned the engine on and the carbon monoxide killed them. That's what they said. Right on Broad Street. They sat there. They went on the beach, bathed in the sea. Apparently, that's how their bodies got covered up in sand. Sat on. Yes, they did do an autopsy. But Baga, let me tell you something. So wait now. So Gifty Lama and Albert Peter drove all the way to Broad Street, sat there in a vehicle, turned the engine on, and they were lecturing. And they lost themselves. And then they also said somebody walked up to them and tapped on the windshield and alerted them that they were that they were dying. You remember that part
they tell me, say, don't disturb us, we enjoy ourselves, dying.
Listen, the people stupid ahead. The government was stupid. They said in a report that they published, I don't know whether you all remember that. They said while Gifty and Albert Peter were sitting in the vehicle with the engine running, some street hawkers. Huh? Parking attendant, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Parking attendants. The parking attendants guy went over to them and said, "Hey, something happened to you." What you remember?
Say Leo, we enjoying ourselves. We let away, we dying.
Yeah, they said the parking attendant went and tapped on the window of the car and told them that they were dying. How could a parking attendant determine that two individuals were sitting, that these two individuals sitting in a vehicle were dying? So you just see somebody can be dying from carbon monoxide, you just see them they're dying. You go and say, "Oh, you're dying." A parking attendant was able to determine that Gifty Lama and Abba Peters were dying of carbon monoxide. You know, the minute I get said, you know, these people take the Liberian book for granted. You really underestimate our intelligence, though. You think we that stupid? That stupid to believe that they died of carbon monoxide and a parking attendant saw them dying and went and told them that they were dying. But you know what carbon monoxide is? Carbon monoxide is, you can't see it, begin. It's not something that you can see. They're not yellow smoke or purple smoke. Carbon monoxide is just terrible air emitting from the muffler of your vehicle. That's coming back into the vehicle itself. You can see carbon monoxide. It is a colorless substance. Yeah, they begin the book. It is colorless. It is a colorless gaseous substance. Okay, let me qualify it better. It is gas. It is like oxygen. That's what they call carbon monoxide. It is like oxygen, but just not the one that keeps you alive. It's the one that kills you. Carbon monoxide. It is a colorless gaseous substance that floats within your ambience. And if you are within certain proximity of it and inhale a certain quantity of it over a certain period of time, it shuts you down. It is odorless. It is colorless. You can smell it. You can see it. That's why it kills you without you even realizing it. Again. Then you say, the thing was somebody who's smelling it can die. I mean, they can't, the person who inhaling it, they can't see it. They can't even smell it. Then the parking attendant will come and tap the window and say, "Come on, I'm killing you."
The parking attendant never inhaled it too. The man can knock and say, "Oh, you're dying." Or you say, "Okay, Dio, go."
The government relative was stupid, but they know it was smarter than them. So the story that Gifty Lama and Abba Peter sat down in a vehicle and inhaled a colorless, odorless, gaseous substance that killed them, it is just absolutely ridiculous. For Musa Dean to have told us that, you don't even know how much I've lost respect for Musa Dean, ever since I did. How you can tell me that kind of thing there? So this is a thing. They murder those people. Supreme. What happened to Supreme? You mean the police can find Supreme now? Supreme was murdered, Wakai. Those boys tied that loose end. Supreme was a loose end. Supreme was a risk. They call it risk factor. Supreme was a risk factor. The fact that Supreme had been exposed, Supreme had Gifty's cell phone, those guys picked Supreme up and they murdered Supreme. Supreme is finished. They kill him. You will never hear of Supreme. Who told him to steal the cell phone? All the money they pay Supreme and his friends to go and kidnap Gifty and Abba Peter, you turn around and go steal the cell phone. They pay you money to commit murder, to kidnap and murder people. And you steal the cell phone. Those boys are stone cold murderers. That's what they are. They government people, they are dangerous people. Dangerous people. Well, let's take some more calls there. I told you the story about why they killed the EPS guy. Why they shot him in the head three times. I was reliably informed. The story we heard previously that the EPS officer Melvin Early caught or saw Weah in a certain sexual act with somebody. I'm told that's not the real story. The real story I'm told is that he saw Weah performing juju stripped naked as his mother brought him into this world, sitting there performing rituals. That is a story I'm talking. Bagai, if you just see the president having sex, is that something that they will kill you for, Bagai? No. Bagai, I mean, if the story gets out that the man saw the president and somebody eating something, that's not a reason to kill a man. That's not a reason they want to kill him. He saw the president doing something else. The story I was told by an insider is that bag that Finda Bono carries that looks like a 9-month-old pregnancy, that backpack, or like remember call it book bag, that menacing part in that backpack, everywhere they go, she has it. Weah has to regularly perform his rituals. And so Melvin Elliott went and saw Weah butt naked performing his rituals. And he could not risk that. That's why Melvin Elliott was killed. He saw the man performing rituals. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls. We will take detour soon. So that is a thing, my man. That is a thing.
All right, 0770102-102-86-0103-83-555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231-886-2417-1. Dr. Martina Konate, Costa Princess on the line. Martina, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, brother.
Welcome. You're
Hello.
live.
Good morning, brother. Good morning, the leader. Good morning to our many listeners. Martina Konate, Costa Princess, soon to be senator daughter. Yeah, leader, you didn't explain the actual story, right? I need to make clarity that gave the Lama Osaka. It was Supreme, the one who told Gefe Lama after the girl called her sister phone and said, I want to talk to my sister. And he left there, he said, you will meet your sister on Broad Street tomorrow. He was the one who told Gefe sister that
you are right, Martina. That's what the sister said.
So when you forget, he didn't put the phone, every evil deed they got traced. Then you were rocking at the door. I think probably where they had it, they get it. Then they get icy. Then he left there, he said, oh, that's Supreme. That means Supreme. They swear you were rocking at the door where they had gifted and apples. That's how they kidding you. When they get you rock at the door, but then who's like this man? I mean Supreme. And when they get set that on air, that how the police went straight to go capture Supreme. And then Supreme in question, Supreme is a sedition. People say Supreme used to be to the party headquarters always. And Supreme is so cold killer. He murdered people in cold blood. People know Supreme, so they hire Supreme to do that work. So people say Supreme travel to the country, but the truth is that they murder Supreme because Supreme blunder. And when the police, when they go catch Supreme, they found get the food in Supreme pocket. Then they are Lawrence Square, Samuel Square, the twins. They know what happened to our 4 auditors. And quickly to the issue of our missing boys. I don't want Mr. Samuka to say that the government should bring in pathologists. Let us select our own pathologists and let them pay. They can bring in pathologists and at the same time, they undermine the whole process. They are fake pathologists we get here at home more JAP because president leader, we will establish the court mountain quality working with under to investigate the people who come in the country with fake documents because it will be very, very important. They took part in court here with their fake pathology, compromising all the murder cases in this country. And so the issue of the lady case, I brought the leader. I just talked to her this morning. She said she would come on the show. She really wanted to come on the show, but she went to her lawyer. She went to the court. She met the lawyer. And they told her to go back Monday, but she left the place already. The man, when he broke down all the doors, I don't know what we that get violent in our DNA, we get back with violent men. That nonsense that was due to that woman. If that was me, I would come. The thing I'll come to you, and I'm coming to you. You go to break the door, down on the woman, take out the door, do everything. You and the woman were once married. You buy your property together. Then when you want the woman to move. You not wait for the woman to move. You are equal. The case already equal. Then when you start breaking doors, that hey, I me. Mother person are going to be my weapon. That one. Then he carried the sheriff stopping him. He I think I sent a video to him. He won't listen to the sheriff. The man said, Mommy, give Jerry respect me that this is a court matter. He now listen to the sheriff. He carried like his ignorance brother. When me and my man were on the altar, maybe that the other one was there to the altar sound talking me. Then when they broke down the door, bust the door on the woman and her people in the house, then the woman to go to court, and then she's standing there talking that tell God me and let the way go me. If I want to imagine it, thank you for having me on the show.
All right, Martina. Martina, when she's ready, we'll bring her on. But I gotta take 2 more calls. Well, make it 2 quickly, 1 minute each, and then we'll have D12. We'll take D12 shortly. He has a new track that's about to be released or that has been released, and we're gonna be speaking with the hit maker D12 very shortly. Just take 2 calls there quickly.
Charles Rawa, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Bagai. Good morning to HPC, the senator in waiting. December 30th this year, the Englishmen call it half holiday. Half holiday. Half holiday means working holiday. Or just a half day. But to that power, I said, don't get in the street because East International already made our road small. The way East International made our road, it's better for us to only be there on our day. And you know, just a 2 link now. And if I the whole RI highway from here to RI is 1 link. So you will have, just imagine what happened in 2019, December 2019. Imagine. So this time it's going to be super done. It's going to be, I mean, super done. So why would you want to follow yourself coming in the street? So Thursday, buy all your things. Look, it is not us. You know, Liberians are receptive. You know, when you do good for them, they do good for you. And you understand what I mean? So it is not because of us that the people will come in the street. It is because of Henry have been working for the people. The man is the father of the voiceless. The ordinary people appreciate him. So when you see them gathering in their mass in that way, it is not because, you know, you have certain people here coordinating. And no. We who are coordinating are just there to make sure that, look, the boss will pick you up from here to there. And you will come from here and we'll stop here, you'll get water here to drink, and then we'll start marching from here to there. That's what we're going to be doing. So it's already worked out itself. That is what. So December 30th this year, and like Henry said, starting next week, you'll start to see people in your community. Our mobilizer will start having small meetings. You'll start to see flyers on keke and on motorbike. You'll start to see flyers in street corners and on lamp posts. Henry Costa is coming. You'll see one big border here at the junction. Henry Costa is coming. Look, when Jesus was going to Bethlehem, there were a lot of signs. There were mobilizers. There were town criers. There were people who are informing the people in Bethlehem that the king is coming. Even though they were seeing an FK king, what got them to the point that they saw him different. So at this time around, Henry is coming. So those town criers will start engaging your community. They will start engaging they will start engaging different ways. That's what will be happening on December, starting next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ali. We'll take the last call and then we'll take our man D12. He just released a new song. I'm told the song has been out for about 3 weeks now, and he featured somebody says techno. I haven't listened to the song yet, but I know it's got to be a banging joint because that's what D12 makes. Let's take the very last caller, and then we'll bring D12 in studio to talk to us about what's happening in the world of D12. The last caller.
Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Bokai.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, and good morning to our listening audience. And good morning to Leader Pedro Costa. My name is Mohamed S. Kwane, and I call from Johnsonville.
Good morning.
It has been already undermined by the investigators, predicated upon that nothing will come out positive. Because investigations start with evidence collection. Insofar they have failed to collect evidence, and 2, the main prime suspect in the case is, how they call it, Moses. The owner of Moses. Then now they classify the man as person of interest. That is a show to us that the government is like a basketball towards this particular investigation. Three, they have been showing the body of the three missing boys. They claim that they have body in their possession. And it hasn't been authenticated that this body is the body of one of the three missing boys. What are you going to do at Toxic on when the fact hasn't been established that one of the body was formed and the parents haven't seen the body to say, yes, this is our son body, we agree with it at Toxic. 3 and 4, before you do such an investigation like this, if you don't have sufficient evidence, the party that linked to the evidence, you check the person alibi. You check the person alibi. Where was he, Moses, when this thing happened? Where was he, Moses, when this happened? What location he was? 4, if you say the canoe capsized, and you haven't seen the rudder of those canoes. Now you go to the town. The town owner knows this canoe rudder. It's because you told us in the these people didn't die. So that effect can be served as evidence. You can bring these people in, they answer question. You collect pieces of evidence from them. The time this board arrived, and how the arrangement was made, who brought them there, and how they got into the kingdom, how the kingdom capsized, what led to the what circumstance that led to the capsizing of the canoe. Nothing was short. They play politics and everything. KP Lama and Abbott Peter, the president went and gathered that the investigation. He went to his church. He said, KP Lama and Abbott Peter, they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
What do you expect out of it? Let me conclude. What do you expect out of short case? Nothing.
Exactly.
Already present. Me, I knew as a criminal justice student, they want in authority. When the party began to speak, will outfight. And the party is in authority to make sure that justice is spent or the massacre that investigation is fiasco. Because most of them, they don't want to contradict what the president says. So the investigation that the men have for certification, the party attendant, whether it's a diabolical lie. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's the last caller. And just to wrap up what Mohammed Kone said, he struck a very good point. The investigation was prejudiced from the very beginning. It was compromised. It was undermined. The president accused Gifty Lama and Abba Peters of having a romantic sexual relationship. Can you imagine? 2 married people, decent people, who were Gifty Lama was a mentee of Albert Peters. Albert Peters was a mentor and her boss. They had a very good relationship, working relationship, professional relationship, and there was no jealousy or no doubts whatsoever in Gifty Lama's husband's mind that his wife was having an extramarital affair with Albert Peters. Neither did Albert Peters' wife have any suspicion that Gifty was involved romantically with her husband. But the president is the one that went in his church and said the 2 people were boyfriend and girlfriend. You see how reckless the man is? I'm telling you, people had just died, the people were grieving, they were mourning the people. And that's what he had to say when the evidence when there was no evidence to support what he said. But anyway, enough of politics. We're now going to go and speak with D12. D12 is no stranger to us. He is a phenomenal Liberian artist. D12 has produced, released, made a lot of great songs. We love his music. D12, good morning, my man. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. How you doing? What's up?
We're doing great. It's good to have you. Very good to have you. First of all, I just want to say, so I had the privilege of seeing D12 perform live. This was in Colorado at some event.
Yeah. That was
what event was that? It was in Colorado, right?
Yeah, it was in Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado. Yes, D12 performed.
Yeah.
It was a fundraiser event.
It was a fundraiser event. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, about 2 years ago. D12, so we're hearing about this new song. I haven't listened to it yet, but people are talking about it. And, I hope we have it this morning to play it here. So you just released a new song a couple of weeks ago. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, that's been one of my latest projects. I just released one of Africa's best artists. Techno from Nigeria.
I love
We
techno.
happen, yeah, Techno is dope. Yeah, he's a dope artist, very humble. We met here in America, in Arizona, through a mutual friend, and we got together, and he well was like, I was feeling his vibe, was feeling my vibe. We talked about the business and everything, and then we got together into the studio to do a record. So yeah, the record is out. It's called Allow Me, which is featuring techno, and it's been doing amazingly well since it's been out 3 weeks ago. It has up to 200K views right now on YouTube, and it's
200K views
everywhere.
in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Less than 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
That's
and yeah,
fantastic.
it's doing really good. Everybody loved the song. The video is going to be shot this December. It's going to be our first quarter next year, January. So I'm so excited. I just want the music to have, to reach out to most of the people who haven't heard. And so we thanks for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity for bringing us on your show to expose the music to Liberian people. Everybody in Nigeria love the music, supporting the music. It's playing on the radio stations and other places in Nigeria, Tanzania, and other places in the world as well. But we wanted to reach out to Liberia, to most of the audience, and not a lot of people not on Facebook. I mean, your platform has a lot of audience too, so we thought otherwise reaching out to you and see how we could use your channel as a medium
Yeah,
to
yeah.
bring the music out there.
We got to do that. D12, I just found the song. You're right. It was released just about 3 weeks ago. Almost 200,000 views. And the video is not even out, just the official
Yeah,
audio.
not just the audio, just the
Just
audio.
the
Imagine
audio.
that.
Because the video is what gets the most views.
Yep. Definitely.
This is fantastic, man. This is great. So we're gonna drop the song here for you folks. D12's latest song is called Allow Me, featuring one of my favorite Afrobeats artists, Techno. Yeah. I mean, one of our favorite Liberian artists versus one of our favorite Nigerian artists. It must be a bomb. Let's listen to the song. And I'm listening to it for the very first time. And trust me, I'm gonna. That is the song. Allow me to love you. Allow me to hold you. Allow me to kiss you, girl. Allow me. Allow me. D12 on the beat.
You already know. You already.
Featuring techno. That's very, very good. That's fantastic. Folks, it's out there. You can find it on YouTube. It's on all this. What other
It's on
streaming?
all streaming platforms. Yeah, all streaming platforms, all digital streaming platforms. It's everywhere. It's even on Tunes Liberia too.
Music,
Yeah, Pandora, whatever.
Awesome. D12, this is good. Just yesterday we had Kobasi on here talking about the potential that Liberian music has and where it can go. And to see you guys doing more collaborations or collaborating with Nigerian artists, because the Nigerians are our big brothers. We have to, we have those. And oftentimes in life, you need people who have made it up there. The talent is there. It's not a question of talent, but it's a question of exposure, access to bigger markets.
Of course.
So,
Yes, that's the issue.
Where do you see D12 in the next 2-3 years? Let's talk about your vision for your music.
Actually, I'm looking for, my goal is for my music to go mainstream in the next 2 years. I mean, to be a mainstream artist, for my music to be streamed worldwide and be recognized globally, and I can be able to perform on stadiums, arenas, and my music be able to impact lives around the world. And the way, I mean, that's every artist's dream as well. But I'm working towards that. As far as marketing, promotion, we're trying to set up. I've been having a couple of conversations with a couple of record labels out here in the United States, because the reason why you see Nigerian artists out there is, as you said, exposure to a bigger audience, but then there's a budget that comes with it, and these labels are set up to make you a superstar, to take your music and put it to take it to the next
They have the
level.
machinery, they have the resources, the infrastructure, the
Yeah,
expertise, they have it.
yeah, definitely they do. They do. So that's why it's easier. They can collab. Can connect you with other bigger artists here in the United States. Do a collaboration and use the fan base as a use them as a leverage to tap into the fan base, and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of different strategies that is being used.
And it's been working, D12. It's been working for
It's
those
been
Nigerian
working.
artists.
Yeah, it's been working. A lot of them are Nigerian. Afrobeat music now is recognized globally. They are selling out stadiums, arenas everywhere around the world.
Burna Boy
And
just packed Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Burna Boy.
yeah.
The first
Whiskey just did the
artist
same.
to do that.
Whiskey just did the same thing. So the thing about it, these guys that are doing, they don't have two hairs. They're not different from us. It's not like we don't have the talent that they had. It's just that we don't have the proper system and structure to put it in these positions. And so we have to struggle as like independent artists to get to that level of exposure. Is kind of
what makes it even more difficult for you guys, D12, is that first the Nigerian artists make it big in their own country. They have the industry, the market, they have the whole management system, the machinery to make it big first in Nigeria. Then they try to, get exposed to bigger markets outside of the country.
Definitely.
But you guys don't even have that in Liberia or anywhere.
We don't have the number. Yeah, we don't have the numbers in Liberia nowadays. The record labels, they look at numbers. Nowadays, you don't just walk into the labels and then get a deal. What they do is that they look at your streaming, they look at your followings, they look at your engagement, they look at your analytics as an artist, how you engage with fans, what's your streams like, how's your Instagram, Facebook, it's like what's your numbers and everything. Men lie, women lie, but numbers never lie. You know what? So that's what happened. And Nigeria is they have a huge population and they do support their artists as well. And looking at that, they have a good number from there to be able to show to the label. So these people do have this kind of number. And these people in the record labels, they are out to make money. They're not just trying to look for people to give money to or make a star. They are trying to look for money. So so what they do is that they look at the numbers and say, okay, this is it makes sense for us to invest into this stuff. Let's do it. So what we're suffering from as Liberian artists is that we don't have a lot of people in Liberia, to support our music. Moreover, and we don't have a lot of support from Liberian people, to be honest. So they are gradually getting onto the music. They are like supporting the music, but we have to be engaged with our audience, and our audience has to be engaged with the artists as well. But nowadays everybody in Liberia is a superstar. Like if you get on Facebook, nobody want to even like comment or like or tell you anything on your Facebook or do anything to show some love to you. I mean, we're all trying out here, and the thing about it is that if Liberian music make it and cross over, we are selling the culture to the world. Like it's like
true.
It's not just me.
No,
it's not just me. It's our tourism is going to grow. Our culture is going to grow. A lot of things in Nigeria. A lot of things going.
Like the food, Nigerian musicians.
Yeah.
Your cultural ambassadors.
The food and everything. I mean, Liberia have an amazing food in America, but a lot of people don't know. Everybody think it's Nigerian food, but it's Liberia. We have a lot of good things, but our culture is not really exposed to the world yet. So we have to through music, through fashion, through entertainment, whatever medium, through entertainment for our music to be exposed to the world is. We need to put it out there, and we need the support from our Liberian people as well. So I'm appealing and begging you guys, if you're on here, you gotta any Liberian artist you see trying to put work and further Liberian music out there, we just need your support. We need your love, and just do what you can do. I mean, it's not gonna take anything from you to just click a share button or click a like button or just do something to help. You don't have to be a financial support. I mean, your moral support is appreciated.
Help the artists cultivate a good following on social media. It counts. You heard what D12 just said. when they walk up to these record labels, they look at their analytics, they look at their numbers. How interactive are you with your audiences? What kind of following, what's the size of your following on social media? Those things count. They have to know that you yourself have a foundation that they can build upon. These Nigerian artists, in terms of population, they've all got millions of, people like Tiwa Savage got 10, 15 million people following on
on Facebook,
Instagram, man. It's huge. So we know we are not many millions of people, but at least if the artists have 2-3 million people following them, that's something. If you have a million people following you, that's huge. Because all the people that follow Tiwa Savage and Davido and Wizkid and all those people, they're not all Nigerians.
No.
On social media, I'm a Liberian.
Of course.
Yeah, man. So, do we expect anything soon, like an album? Are you working on
the album? The album is dropping the first quarter in January. In next year, 2022 is dropping in January. This is one of the singles from the album. The album I feature like 3 international artists. I feature Techno and Harmonize. I don't know if you heard about Harmonize from.
Of course, the guy from Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Who sang that song for the late president, John Magufuli?
Very good.
I got him. Was it not Diamond Platinum that brought him up or something?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. He and Diamond Platinum together on the same label. Yeah. So I have him on the album as well. I have Flavor on the album. I have a song with Flavor on the album too as well. That's and good. And I have a couple of Liberian artists on the album with me as well. So, and I have another producer, big one too, from the same Nigeria, Celeb, but he produced all these big arts from Nigeria too as well. It's on the album with me too. So it's the album is loaded. It's gonna be out the first week in January. So
that's fantastic. I'll be in Nigeria. We'll be dancing to it. The last time you had an album out, I don't know whether those songs came from the album, but those were banging joints. Should we expect?
Yeah, it came from my last album. Yeah.
Very good. And that album was, man, it took us for a good while.
For a good while.
We needed a new Detour album. We're about to get
a new one is coming.
Those songs took us for a long time.
This one definitely. But the goal now is for this album is it was made for crossover. Because the concept and idea, everything behind this album is not just it's not limited to just Liberia.
So you are exploring new heights. You are entering new horizons, new markets, new audiences.
New markets, new audience, new like town, and everything like that.
That's it, man.
That's what I'm
next level,
definitely.
Right?
Yeah,
next level stuff.
Definitely. That's what.
We wish you the best. We're rooting for you guys. You see me, I'm all about supporting our folks. Wherever you are, whatever it is you do, that's what I'm all about, folks. We need to find Dito. What are your social media handles? We got thousands of people listening to the show on radio and Facebook and YouTube and several other platforms. We need to put those things out there. How can people find you and follow you on Facebook?
So you follow me
and Instagram.
So before, let me make this clear. The name D12 and D12 is a 2 different names. So I had a D12 first, but I've been having a little issue with it when it comes to branding. There's an American group over here that has a name D12. So it always has a problem with people trying to find me. Every time they try to search me, that name pops up. So I'm rebranding right now. So the new name is my original name, D with a double E and TWEH. So I have that on every social media platform. Facebook.
I'm gonna look for you right now on Facebook.
Yeah. Yes, DEETWEH. If you check Instagram, it's DEETWEH official. If you check on Twitter,
you got 18,000. So make that 18,001. I just followed.
Yeah.
So it's
appreciate it.
TWEH.
Correct.
Yeah. Then he's got a D in parenthesis.
Yeah, that's the Facebook. That's a fan page right there.
Okay.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are two extra pages, my personal page and a fan page. And then on Instagram, it's the same thing, DEETWEH. And then yeah, TikTok is the same thing, DEETWEH. So yeah, everywhere you go, it's the same name, consistent.
All right, D12, wish you the best, my man. And we're gonna be George. Cue that song. We're gonna be playing it here. Popularize it, folks. It's on YouTube. The audio is out. The video is coming up soon. The song on D12's new album. D12, what's the name of the album? The new album that's gonna be released.
Overtime. Overtime. Yeah, that's the title of the album.
And what inspired that title?
Well, it's a work that was done over time. The accumulation of time from when I was transitioning from one point to another. From where I was to where I am now. In the scope in between there is the time I was working on this project, and I put in a lot of time. So for people who in the United States, you understand why overtime you're working not your regular shift, but you know what I mean? Like your extra
people
shift.
love overtime here. They make a lot more money.
Yeah,
Overtime.
so definitely I put a lot of time into that album and stuff. That's where the inspiration came from.
D12, this is fantastic. And as I said, we love your music. And I'm a big fan, and I wish you guys all the best. And I believe the future is bright. Nigerian artists get where they are today overnight. Afrobeats just really took off. Just in the last 5 years or so. To go global, less than five years. What would you say? About 3 years ago, right? Afrobeats just took off.
It just took off everywhere around the world right now. So, huh?
It took off like a rocket ship. D12 just in the last.
Definitely. Whoever expected that everybody could be listening to Afrobeat music, it's like reggae music right now. When Bob Marley was like really hot back in the days, and then dancehall came, and then everybody, Sean Paul, started listening to American people, started listening to reggae music. Now it's Afrobeat. You can see all the big artists in America now want to have an Afrobeat sound on their album. Like everybody, I do music production too, so I have a lot of American artists coming to me and want me to produce Afrobeat sound for them. So it's a huge market right now.
And
it's a huge market right now. Yeah.
And I'll say this to people: one platform that has really helped Afrobeats take off globally, TikTok.
Definitely, yeah, TikTok.
TikTok. Use TikTok a lot, D12. You never know when your song will go viral.
Definitely. We're working on that. We're trying to build it.
Get verified on it and all.
Okay, for sure. That's the goal. That's the goal.
TikTok has helped a lot of artists take off. Facebook is great, but guess what? TikTok is interactive and is addictive.
Definitely.
The way it's built, the algorithm keeps you scrolling. And you can share stuff, and you can duet stuff. You can do all kinds of things with it. So use it a lot, bro. It will pay off. D12, thank you very much. We're glad to have you here. And just before the album is released, come on, let's do another interview.
Appreciate that. Right. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Brother. Be safe.
Peace.
All right. So, folks, there you have it. D12, a great Liberian artist. He's got his new album coming up January the 5th, as the month after Nest. And he features 3 prominent Nigerian artists. He features Techno on the song we just played called Allow Me. And he features Flavor on another track. And then he features, who's the third artist he features on that song, on that album? There's a third Nigerian artist that he named. Oh, a third, yeah, this one is from Tanzania. Harmonize. Harmonize was heavily influenced or helped by Diamond Platnumz, one of the biggest African artists. diamond platinum, and Harmonize did this great song, which is like a eulogy or tribute song. No, a tribute song. It's like a tribute song to the former fallen great president of Tanzania, John Magufuli. It's a great song, Harmonize. Thank you very much. God bless you. I love music, right? So you see, when I do all this stuff here, I go listen to music. I enjoy myself. I love music. I love music very much. And so thank you all so much, and have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, blessed weekend. God bless you. Bye-bye.